can you juggle your sums?
How can you come up smelling of roses?
How can fish shock you? Ah!
How can you toast yourself?
Oh, that's easy. Ladies and gentlemen, I propose a toast to Gareth Jones.
No, this is something about keeping yourself warm in winter, isn't it?
No, it's not actually. It's one of the most annoying things in life, isn't it? You're in a rush in the morning, you pop your bit of bread in the toaster, you just nip away to do something, you come back and someone's pinched your toast and you know it's yours.
That all the
but
time
you can't prove it's yours until now. Fred will show you how. You get your bit of bread and a brush and some water and paint on there. You can't see it, but it is happening. Paint on there perhaps your name or your initial or anything you like, some distinguishing mark, okay? Pop it in the toaster, and while the rest of the bread is toasting, that little bit is just drying out. So when you come back and the toaster pops up, there is absolutely no doubt at all who owns that piece of toast.
Good.
And that's how you toast yourself.
Excellent. Now, how can I bust your dust?
Well, break it down or something.
Well, you know the dust when you haven't cleaned for quite a while in the house, particularly the dust on the carpet. How do you get rid of it?
You do some hoovering.
Yeah.
Well, you might say hoovering. I prefer to think I'd do a little bit of boothing.
Boothing?
Precisely. For this, we have to go back around 100 years. Gareth, make yourself at home.
Hey, it's a nice place you've got here, Carol,
Thank you.
but could do with a bit of a clean.
Well, yes. The problem was that when carpets got dusty at that time, the only thing to do was to get on the floor, Gareth, with a dustpan and brush and try and sweep it up.
Right.
Yes.
It's going to take ages. This is hard work.
It is hard work, and to do an entire carpet would, in fact, take hours. So they thought, we need a machine. Yes. Let's have a mechanical dust blower. That'll get rid of the dust. Oh!
Blowing the dust everywhere!
As you can see, it wasn't very useful at all. However, in 1901, an engineer called Hubert Cecil Booth had an ingenious idea. He thought, why not suck instead of blow? So he got onto the floor and sucked it. Gareth, through a handkerchief.
Oh, I see. Right, yeah. Well, I've got a clean hanky here.
Clean hanky?
Yeah.
Oh, is it working? Is it working?
Hey, look at that!
Fantastic. He collected the dust. So Booth then went on to invent the very first vacuum cleaner. This was an enormous machine which had to be drawn along the streets by horses. There was a huge motor and a canister for collecting the dust, and pipes would snake through the streets, through the windows, into the houses, and the dust would be collected.
It's not very portable, Carol.
No, not exactly portable. However, it was the very first. But in 1908, the Hoover Company in America came up with a fantastic upright vacuum cleaner. Now, this became much more convenient. It became the most famous and the most popular vacuum cleaner of its day.
Carol?
Yes?
If this is so easy and convenient, you can clean your own place.
Thank you, Gareth. So that's why now, if people are doing the vacuum cleaning, they say they're doing the hoovering. But I think to be true to Hubert Cecil Booth, you should say you're doing the boothing.
How can you juggle your sums? I don't know if you've ever had a go of learning how to juggle, but I find the best way to learn is to watch someone else juggle. Now, watch the green ball. I'm juggling 3 balls here. Watch what's happening with the green ball. I'm only throwing it every 3rd ball, and when I throw it, it swaps from one hand to the other. From one hand to the other, something like that. Now, you could also do 4 throws and 5s. But in order to do that, you need someone who can do that. And this man can. He's a mathematician and erstwhile juggler called Dr. Colin Wright. Colin, welcome to How To.
Hi, Gareth.
Are you juggling 4 there?
I am doing 4. You can actually see that the 4s don't cross over. They stay in the same hand, and they go a bit higher, which gives you a bit more time to fit in the extra ball.
OK, and beyond that, show me what a 5 pattern would look like.
If I can borrow those ones that you've got there. With a 5, they cross over again, just like with the 3, and they have to go even higher again.
Wow, very good. Now, professional jugglers are able to mix up patterns, aren't they? They'll throw a 3, then a 4, then a 2.
But we can actually see how to invent patterns with balls of different heights.
How do you do that?
By using this device here, which we call a juggleometer.
Okay.
Right? What we're going to do is invent a pattern that lasts for 5 throws. That doesn't mean it'll be 5 balls, but it will last for 5 throws. Okay? And the way we start is, give me a number, any number you like.
Well, I can't throw a 4, so we'll put a 4 in there.
Right, a 4, okay? So we start with a 4, we put that there, and we count forwards 4 places. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where the ball is going to come down.
Okay.
Okay? And now we go to the next one. Give me a number, any number.
Well, why make it easy? Let's have a 5.
Oh, gee, thanks. Okay, so here we go, a 5. Start from there and count forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will come back here.
Okay.
That means it'll be the same ball each time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Can you throw a 1 next?
Yes, you can.
What does a 1 look like?
Oh, there you go. Juggle that.
Juggle it.
Just juggle it.
From one hand to the other. That's juggling
it.
a 1 ball.
That's a 1. And you can see if you start from there with a 1, you only go forward 1 place, and that's a 1.
A 3 next?
Now, if you try a 3 from here, and you count forward, 1, 2, 3, you've already got a ball coming down there.
Right.
So 3 isn't allowed.
So it has to go perhaps the next one to a 4.
The next one to a 4, right? There we go, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes.
And
the
I
next
think
one?
I'm right in saying that the next one, if it starts there, has to be a 1.
It does. You put a 1 there, you count forward 1 place, and that's it.
All right.
That's going to be our juggling pattern.
3 balls juggling. The pattern is 4, 5, 1, 4, 1. Watch this. Fantastic, Colin. If you can't follow Colin's pattern in real time, have a look at it again in slow motion. Watch this. The green ball will be the 5 throw way over the top. The 4 is the red ball coming back to the same hand, and the red ball swapping from one hand to the other. Well, that's a 1, and that's how you juggle the pattern 4, 5, 1, 4, 1. Colin, thank you very much for showing me how to juggle your sums.
Thank you, Gareth.
How can paper hold water?
Fred, I hate to tell you, but paper gets soggy when it's got water in
You've
it.
heard of papier-mâché.
Yeah, but that can't hold water either.
Well, you're right, and instead of wallpaper paste and newspaper, you will use PVA, polyvinyl acetate, which is a glue which, in fact, when it dries, loses much of its water content. And what you'll do is you'll paste that around whatever receptacle you want to cover, whatever shape you want to
That's
make.
bits of newspaper, is it?
Bits of old newspaper, stick it on there with your PVA, and when it's dried, pull it off so that you are left with a receptacle just like that. Let that dry, and then add a coat of something called decoupage varnish, and we are now well on the way to being waterproof. One more stage though, when that's dried, a nice coat of clear exterior wood varnish.
And are we now waterproof?
We are now waterproof, and here's a rather wonderful creation made of paper
Whoa.
that I made earlier.
Very
The
glamorous.
proof of the pudding is in the pouring. Will it or won't it
Will
be
it or won't it? Will
waterproof?
it or won't it? Yes.
And yes, it is, and it is genuinely completely made of paper. And not only can this be a thing of great beauty, it can also be jolly useful as well. How about a nice little vase made
lovely.
of paper?
Fantastic.
And that is how paper can hold water.
How can fish shock you? We have a very special guest in the How To studio today, all the way from Nigeria. Please welcome the electric catfish. These fish live on the bottom of murky rivers, and they use their electrical powers for 2 things. First of all, they use them to navigate with, a little bit like using radar. And secondly, they can use this electricity either to stun their prey or to ward off any predators that might be thinking of attacking them. Well, the fish has specially modified cells which produce and store electricity, and they're all lined up along its body. Now, imagine that these batteries here are the cells along the fish, and this bulb, if you like, is the prey that it wants to stun. Now, the fish sees the prey, and so it starts to store more and more electricity. There's a little bit there. You can see the bulb is just burning very low. And then he adds more cells, more electricity, more cells, even more cells, and there you can see it has enough electricity to blow our bulb and stun its prey. Well, let's see the fish in action, because over here we've got a voltmeter, and although you've just got a straight line along that at the moment, every time the fish sends out an electric shock, we're going to see a little trickle of energy go through there. Now, I've got a little probe that I'm going to put next to the fish and pretend that this is a predator that it's trying to ward off. There, can you see that? You can probably hear a little bit of electrical noise as well that's being generated. Every time I come close to the fish, he's sending out an electric shock to ward me off. There he goes again. And by using these special cells, that is the way in which a fish can shock you.
How can you be absolutely quackers? Carol?
Yes, I am
Your
here.
turn to do some sucking and blowing. Put that in your mouth and blow it.
And blow this.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's very good. Now, that's a reasonable impression of a duck, but what if you haven't got a professional duck calling device like that? How can you sound like a duck?
Very easily, Gareth. You simply make one. A very old how this goes back long before you were born. A sheet of paper, and you simply roll it tightly from corner to corner.
As you do with your R's, indeed.
Absolutely.
Yes.
A little bit of sticky tape
Yeah.
to hold the whole thing together.
Yeah.
A pair of scissors, and you snip the arrowhead end
This
at
is an
either
ancient
side.
technology.
Yes, I've seen
now,
Fred do
obviously.
this about 14 times.
Just bend it over like so. Then you get one that you've made a bit earlier. And suck it. And listen.
Oh, very good.
It's very good, Fred, but it sounds rather more like a goose with a bad throat than a duck, actually.
Oh.
Now, if you want to be absolutely quackers, this is how you do it. You'll need a plastic cup with a hole drilled in the bottom, there, like that. You'll need some dental floss. Now, attach a paper clip to the end of your dental floss, then pass the other end through the inside of the cup and out through the hole in the bottom. And this is the clever bit. You'll then need a makeup sponge, which you make slightly wet
Yeah.
and a little perhaps wetter than that, hang on, without messing up the table. And then
Another first.
run your sponge down the dental floss. Listen to this. There it is. That's a duck. That's how you can make the sound of one duck. We could try doing a flock.
Yeah,
actually, shall we?
let's have a
Yeah,
flock.
go on. Yeah. If you want any more information about this daft how or any other hows in this series, don't forget to record the how-to data burst at the end of the programme. Oh, where did that come from? And you can always visit the how-to website. And that's how you can be absolutely quackers.
How can you come up smelling of roses? A how that goes back to Roman times, because the Romans were very clever people. We still use lots of their ideas today. Now, the Romans loved perfume, in particular roses. Hello, my name's Nero, and this is my famous golden palace with its revolving ceiling, constantly dropping rose petals. See them flutter down. All the way through my grand banquets, the rose petals would fall. They were marvellous affairs, my banquets. They could go on for a month. This one's on day 3. We're on the 42nd course. Gareth, another banana.
Oh, but I'm full and I need to go to the... Oh!
And that's exactly what happened. The guests would get so tired and bloated, they'd fall into the petals, which could easily be a metre deep and very, very slippery. And they would find it difficult, if not impossible, to get out again.
I'm finding it difficult to get out.
They would suffocate in a sea of petals.
I'm literally suffocating. Help!
And some of them would die. And even those lying on the couch would sometimes suffocate with all the petals coming down on top of them. But those that didn't, well, they knew how to come up smelling of roses. And that's how for now. Sorry, old girl. Sorry, old chap.